This is the Google Pixel 7 Pro. It looks very similar to the Pixel 6 Pro. It's a brand new phone with brand new features. I've had this phone for over a week now. Is it worth buying? Well, let's find out with a little review. Full disclosure, I was sent this phone by Google. However, they don't get a look at this review or even know what I'm saying about this product. They didn't even know I was making a review. They're seeing this video for the first time, just like you are. So, wave high. That being said, the opinions stated in this video are my own, but we do have a sponsor for this video, but we can talk about that in a bit. Let's start. The Google Pixel 7 Pro comes with a USB-C charging cable and a USB-A to USB-C adapter. Like other premium smartphones these days, it doesn't come with a charging brick. It has a starting price tag of $899 US and comes in 3 different colors: hazel, snow, and obsidian. Physically, it looks very similar to the Pixel 6 Pro with 2 glass back panels surrounded by this camera visor. But the camera visor area is now color matched to the glossy aluminum sides of the phone with camera cutouts for a very R2-D2 type vibe. The power and volume buttons are on the right hand side, and the phone has a physical SIM card tray. The Pixel 7 Pro also has dual speakers with one on the bottom and one hidden very discreetly between the top glass and body of the phone, so that it gives off the impression that there is no speaker on the top of the phone. The phone itself is still a big chunky boy with a 6.7-inch QHD display and 120Hz refresh rate. Similar to last year, it feels very nice in the hand, but this is just one of those big phones that sit in your pocket and peeks its head out. The front-facing camera is embedded at the center of the device, and the Pixel 7 Pro has the new Google Tensor G2 chip that it shares with the smaller Pixel 7. Okay, now that we got the physical features and specs out of the way, let's talk about user experience with the Pixel 7 Pro. The phone itself feels snappy while scrolling and doing the usual smartphone type tasks, as you should expect from a high-end smartphone, and the front-facing camera now does face unlock alongside the fingerprint sensor, and they can work in tandem with each other for faster unlocking. Basically, it's whatever scans first and unlocks your phone for you. If the face unlock is faster, then it unlocks your phone, and if the fingerprint is faster, it unlocks your phone that way, whichever one happens first. When you access your phone using face unlock, a glowing ring surrounds the display area around the front-facing camera. I found that the face unlock works pretty good, but struggles at night or in dark environments. And the face unlock is only for the lock screen and can't be used for things like signing into apps or as a fingerprint scanning replacement. It's a nice re-addition since the Pixel 4 line, but a little annoying. Other than that, everyday experience, it feels very similar to the Pixel 6 Pro, but more refined. The speakers sound good, if not the same to the Pixel 6 Pro. The top speaker still feels a bit tiny compared to the bottom speaker, so it always feels like the bottom speaker overpowers the top one, and it's very noticeable when you block the bottom speaker and let the top speaker just blare. The biggest boost in performance I've seen from the Pixel 7 Pro has got to be when playing games. While playing Genshin Impact, I was able to keep most of the settings on medium or higher and then put the game at 60 frames per second and get a smooth, not very jittery gaming experience, even when the settings menu said I was pushing it too much. I really wasn't, but you might think otherwise since it looks like I'm just straight up terrible at this game, but that's just because I suck at playing this game on mobile. Believe me. Please. Battery life has been good, and I find myself with around 40% at the end of the day with moderate usage. Okay, before we move on to the camera, let's talk about this video's sponsor, Ugreen. The Ugreen 100-watt GaN power strip consolidates all the ports you'd ever need for all your different devices into a single 7-port power strip that's meant to sit on your desk surface. With GaN technology, all these ports are able to exist and provide 100 watts of power in this small package. It has 3 fast-charging USB-C ports, a USB-A port, and 3 AC outlet plugs, so you can plug up to 7 different devices with different ports all at the same time. For example, here I am charging my MacBook, my iPhone, my iPad Pro, and the Pixel 7 Pro while powering a lamp, a speaker, and a TV all at once. The Ugreen 100-watt power strip box is in a fire retardant case and also provides overload, overcurrent, and grounded protection. So you can rest easy knowing that this will protect your electronic devices. So if you're interested in this or any of Ugreen's products, check out the link here or down in the video description below. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, let's talk about the standout feature of every Pixel device, the main camera. If you look on the spec sheets, the cameras look very similar between the Pixel 6 and Pixel 7 Pro, but Google did some magic here with the 7 Pro and the new G2 chip. During the day, the cameras look very similar to the 6 Pro, but also slightly sharper with some color improvements and a new 5x zoom. To be fair though, most high-end cameras in the last 5 years do great during the day, and you really can't go wrong with any of them. But where this phone, the Pixel 7 Pro, shines is in low light situations. There's more dynamic range between the darkest and lightest areas of the image, and the night sight function of the camera that prioritizes taking in as much light as possible creates some stunning images at night that I didn't expect. Some images almost feel like the camera is seeing in the dark, and does better than my own eyes. Of course, this is thanks to the camera taking long exposure shots, meaning you have to stand still a bit for like a second or two for the camera to take in the light and return an image, but even so, it does it better and faster than the outgoing Pixel 6 Pro. Also, Google added 2 new camera features. Macro shots, which lets you get more detailed shots of objects up close, like you're using a macro lens, and photo unblur, which helps remove the motion blur created by shots taken with shaking hands or when someone moves their head at the last moment. But if you took a shot with a bit of motion blur, the photos come out looking a little better with photo unblur. Videos on the Pixel 7 Pro look good, and it has good video stabilization and now an HDR mode for 4K video that gives you more flexibility with the video you get out of this thing. My last video had a significant chunk of it shot with just the Pixel 7 Pro, and I think it's been pretty good. In terms of camera quality, I think the improved low light performance make the photos look so much better. While the video features did improve, it's still playing a bit of catch up compared to other flagship devices. Now that being said, I think something that isn't said often enough about the Pixel lineup and their cameras is that they take advanced photography techniques and make it easier for the average person to do. This is of course obvious with the long night sight shots, long exposure shots, portrait mode, and cinematic mode. These are all functions that can be done on an expensive mirrorless camera and nice lenses, but also takes a bit of time to research and learn how to do. But with the Pixel 7, you can literally press a toggle on the Pixel 7 Pro and get similar results without having to have all the gear and know-how to do it. That being said, these functions provide good results, but do not look as good as the results you can get from a full-blown camera. But it doesn't have to, since most people will just be posting their images on social media, and getting cinematic 4K HDR footage of their recent Chipotle bowl probably isn't their main priority. By the way, here's the order I got in case you were wondering how generic my bowls are. But beyond that, the Pixel lineup also offers photographers easy access to features they're used to on their mirrorless cameras as well. So overall, I think the Pixel cameras are great for newbies and pros alike. Okay, so I want to talk about Google a little bit before closing this video out. They've been releasing a ton of really interesting Pixel products lately, between the Pixel 7 lineup, the Pixel Watch, and Pixel Tablet coming soon, and it really seems like they're trying to push an entire Pixel ecosystem, a lineup worth of devices out. And I think Google is betting on the Pixel devices to kind of be this gateway device into the world of Android, to get you to switch. Because while the Pixel doesn't have all of the fanciest features that other Android device manufacturers have in their smartphones, they are very good at making the Android phone experience better in ways that the other Android device makers just don't focus on. I'm talking things like call screening, which can help put spam callers straight to your virtual Pixel security. Direct My Call, which turns automated phone systems into a selectable UI. Clear calling, which should enhance voice clarity during phone calls by removing background noises. And live translation, which translates your messages baked straight into the OS. Not to mention that they also offer 5 years of software updates and are normally the first to get the latest updates because Android's made by Google. That being said, a lot of people found that the 6 Pro, the previous version, had some buggy software, and it was a recurring thing over the last year of that phone being out. And that's a long-term thing that I can't really adequately acknowledge in a review like this, except unless it was like a 6-month or year-long review. So it's a little too early to see if the Pixel 7 Pro would end up in the same situation. But if it doesn't, and the 7 Pro is just this good all the time, then this is going to be a fantastic phone for most people. Either way, I think it's conclusion time. The Pixel 7 Pro overall is a refinement of the Pixel 6 Pro, and it improves on it in every single way. From performance to camera quality, new features, and at $899 US, it makes it a cheaper option to get fantastic image quality at a much more reasonable price than other flagships who have been asking for way too much lately. The Pixel 7 Pro would make a great gateway device for someone who's thinking about switching from iOS to Android, and makes a great Android experience for those who want to get away from some of the gimmicks and complexities that other Android devices have. And plainly put, it's just a fantastic phone. While it doesn't have the flashiest features, it's well-rounded, at a great price, and has a fantastic camera. And will get software updates for basically as long as you'd want to hold onto this phone anyway. The Pixel 7 Pro is one of the best Android phones you can probably get right now if it doesn't suffer the same issues of bugs the previous generation had. And this phone would be my recommendation to most people looking at an Android phone in this price range. Okay, but what do you personally think of the Pixel 7 Pro? Is this a phone that you're personally thinking about picking up? What other devices are you looking at right now? Leave all that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.